Pakistan actually has called this attack a heinous act of aggression that will not go unpunished. The Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif called the strikes a declaration of war and promised a response promised a response at a time and place of Pakistan's choosing. For now, a National Security Committee meeting has been called in Islamabad, which will take place in the next coming hours.
India has launched airstrikes on Pakistan and on Pakistan-administered Kashmir. This was how people heard some of them in Pakistan. A few minutes ago, Pakistan's army chief says 26 people have been killed and 5 Indian planes have been shot down. India says 10 people have been killed in the area of Kashmir it controls. We can talk to Shahzaib Wahlah, a correspondent for France 24 in Islamabad. Shahzaib, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us. How significant and extensive an attack by India was this?
Well, this was quite a significant and a big attack. If we talk about the conflict between India and Pakistan in the past couple of decades, India has targeted at least 5 cities inside Pakistan. 3 of them are inside Pakistan-administered Kashmir, including Muzaffarabad, which is the capital of Pakistan-administered Kashmir, also the districts of Kotli and Bagh. Both of them are along the line of control, the de facto border between India and Pakistan. 2 other locations have also been targeted in the Punjab province, which borders India. Firstly, in Muridke, a city 40 kilometers from Lahore, the capital of Punjab province, and also in Bahawalpur, a city in southern Punjab. I was able to talk to some locals in Bahawalpur, and they described that it was around 1 in the morning that the sky turned red, and a few seconds later there were explosions. They told me that they had never heard such loud explosions in their life. Also, none of these targets were military installations, but actually civilian areas. India claims that these places were hideouts of terrorist organizations which were involved in the Pahalgam attack in Indian-administered Kashmir more than a week ago. But what we have been able to understand is that the casualties in the morning attack were all civilians, including women and children.
And people expected India to do something in retaliation for that attack on Indian-controlled Kashmir that killed tourists. Did we expect them to go as far as this, to be doing airstrikes into civilian areas of Pakistan?
Well, this did not come as a huge surprise in Pakistan, because we have seen similar situation arise in 2019, even when there was a attack in Indian-administered Kashmir, and after that attack, India carried out cross-border strikes into mainland Pakistan in Balakot, and afterwards Pakistan actually retaliated. So since the attack took place in India, this time the Pahalgam attack, we have seen that that on the Pakistani side there was always this tension. We have seen the defense minister saying even last week that the attack from India is imminent. Pakistan has been lobbying with the international community, talking to friendly countries and trying to get them involved to actually de-escalate.
Is it known who committed the original atrocity or the spark of this, the attack on India-controlled Kashmir? Because the Indians say it comes from Pakistanis, presumably with some connivance of the state. The Pakistanis say we don't know who committed that terrorist act about a week ago.
India claims that terrorist attack has been claimed by a terrorist organization, which is an offshoot of Lashkar-e-Taiba, an other terrorist organization which India claims is based out of Pakistan. This particular organization has been active in Indian-administered Kashmir, in the insurgency in Indian-administered Kashmir since the 1990s. And India regularly accuses Pakistan of supporting or turning a blind eye to terrorist groups operating from its territory. In the past, we have seen various armed groups from Pakistan that have claimed responsibility for or are accused of carrying out several attacks against India, especially in the Kashmir region. And this region has been the bone of contention between India and Pakistan for the past 70 years.
You mentioned 2019 when something similar happened. The Americans say Mike Pompeo, who was working for Donald Trump then, said he was responsible for talking down the conflict, even dissuading Pakistan from considering nuclear responses. How much are people talking about? These are two nuclear powers. They've been on the edge of conflict for decades, as you say. How much are people talking about the danger of this escalating?
Well, as you said, the relationship between Pakistan and India have been complex and largely hostile. Since 1947, both countries have even fought three wars. But in the past two decades, even though we have seen similar situations arise where where tensions were high after an attack took place in India, there has been cross-border shelling, even airstrikes. But two nuclear-armed neighbors have actually avoided a full-fledged war, and the fact that both of them actually possess nuclear weapons plays a vital role in it.
It might actually make them less likely to go to full war, is what you're saying, because that's the nuclear deterrent kind of works on both sides.
Yes.
There are reports that Indian planes have been shot down and therefore people have been taken captive by Pakistan. Does that complicate the situation if Pakistan holds Indian soldiers or air people who've been responsible for the attacks by India?
Well, Pakistani military spokesperson has claimed that they have taken down at least 5 Indian Air Force planes, all inside the Indian airspace, including French-made Rafale jets. The military spokesperson also claimed that Pakistan has also targeted a military installation inside India. These claims we have not been able to verify independently, and India has not also confirmed these claims. But now we are seeing reports coming from India where official sources have reported that 3 Indian planes have crashed inside Indian administered Kashmir region. But what we know so far is that Pakistan's Air Force is airborne, and we have seen heavy military machinery being moved towards the border, especially in the Punjab region.
So just finally, is the next step of this to see what Pakistan's response is and how far they make a military response to this?
Well, yes, that is true. We have seen that Pakistan actually has called this attack a heinous act of aggression that will not go unpunished. The Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif called the strikes a declaration of war and promised a response and promised a response at a time and place of Pakistan's choosing. For now, a National Security Committee meeting has been called in Islamabad, which will take place in the next coming hours.
So we'll see what happens. And just finally, that phrase "declaration of war," do you read anything more into that than just a reaction to the attack? Declaration of war is quite a solid term to be using.
Well, as I said earlier, Pakistan and India, both of the countries have had a complex relationship.
Yeah.
But the nuclear deterrence between both countries actually plays a vital role to avoid a full-fledged war. There has been fears here that there has been fears here that after India's this response by India, there could be more escalation from Pakistan's side, but we'll have to wait and watch.
Wait and watch. That's very wise advice for the moment. Shahzaib, good to speak to you. Thank you for taking the time.